Alright, we should be live. Microphone looks good. Screen visuals look good. Okay. So we're back. We're working more on Beluna. Here she is if you haven't seen her already. So obviously we are building a deck that cares about adventures. We already went through the 3 sets that have adventures, picked out all of them, and we've been going through the rest of the sets, set by set, looking for cards. We are currently on Commander Masters, since we made it through all of the annual Commander decks last time. The ones that are so like Commander 2013, 2015, you know, all of those. We did do the one that Gatherer always lists as Commander, the set that it's associated with. I always forget if it's Strixhaven or Ikoria, but it's one of those two is listed as, you know, Magic the Gathering Commander, or is listed as like Ikoria Commander or Strixhaven Commander rather than as Commander whatever year it came out in. I think it's Ikoria, but I could be wrong about that. Anyway, we were using Scryfall, though, because Gather was running super slow, so I just did the other one there. And the Magic the Gathering Commander, which is Commander 2011, the first time they did a Commander set, so they didn't have the year tacked onto it. It lists as Magic the Gathering Commander under Gatherer, so it's alphabetically separate from the rest. So now we're on Commander Masters. And we are looking for cards for our Beluna. And I'm wondering if I want AC? I'm going to go with AC. AC. So, I do plan on ramping with land. And we are 3 colors, so it's not like AC is going to steal focus the way some commanders do. Sometimes I worry about putting in a commander that's technically on theme with the set that would do the job better than the commander we're building around, or would pull focus a little bit towards them to the point where maybe they should be the commander. It doesn't come up too often, because usually I pick a commander that's very unique, but sometimes there's a commander where it's like, no, this card also in the same color combination would also make an interesting commander for this deck and would cause a slightly different build. So I don't feel like AC has that problem. AC is insanely powerful. If you've ever played against this as a commander, it is just a huge value ramp engine once it gets going. Getting to play additional lands and getting to draw cards when you play lands means you will more than likely have more additional lands to play to draw you more cards. It also means that your cheap ramp spells are now cantrips to make up for the fact that you've drawn a card that basically just gets you a land. So yeah, AC gets a bit rough to play against sometimes. I think it's fine to include it. Go down to... yeah, through those. Commander Legends. The problem is, I think AC is from the Commander decks for this set. So we do want to put her down here. Right, AESI Tyrant of Gear Straight. This is 4 blue-green. Race Serpent 5/5. If I'm planning to ramp with land fetching spells, I think AC's a good fit for the deck to draw more cards, to give me more to work with. Because our adventure creatures are not as powerful in a vacuum as a lot of comes into play effect creatures are. So in order to make up for that, we need the cards that improve the quality of the spells. Similar, like, so Lucky Clover and the one fairy both copy it. Copy the adventure side, which means we get double triggers from them, similar to a Panharmonicon effect, but without getting hosed by, like, Norn or the other similar cards to her. Mother Machine's Norn, obviously. But we also need ways to just out-card advantage our opponents, so that way we have more to work with to make up for the fact that our creatures are a bit on the lower impact than normal Magic the Gathering creatures that show up a lot in Commander. Ambush Viper. Have Indestructible. Animus, Annoyed Altasaur, Apex Devastator. Cascade 4 is neat, but I don't know that I have room for a 10 mana Chimera Hydra that can hit any 4 random spells in my deck. I suppose it's not the worst option, but what else? Let's keep going through the set and see if we find anything else. There is some temptation because we will get extra effects from casting things with Cascade. There's enough of a subset of cards that care about casting spells from places other than the hand, and the adventure spells obviously work really well with that, since the permanent is always being cast from exile. So, as such, other cards that cast from weird locations can benefit us if we want to go all in on that strategy. And Beluna is very good for that, because we're already... all of the cards we naturally want to run do that to begin with, so... and she can help us get more of them, so I am a little bit inclined to seek out more cards that cast from other locations. But I don't want to be all in on Cascade or all in on other similar effects. I want to be more focused on the adventure portion, and then just benefit from the fact that they also do things like that, and occasionally have spells that care about it. Because if we Cascade into the spell, and we can cast the adventure side of it, we can get the effect and still cast the creature later, once we've exiled it from casting it. But it does require that both the creature, both the permanent and the spell, have to have a lower casting cost than the thing we're cascading with. Do I care about Averna? Again, I don't think I'm going to run that many Cascade spells. Although there is a chance, like, we can run Apex Devastator, but I don't think so. We could also run the Maelstrom Wanderer, which I don't think is that big an issue, as long as we don't focus on Cascade, since it'll have a high enough casting cost that we'll be able to cast either side of anything we Cascade into, I believe. I think the exception might be the one giant is also a 7-drop. I think Maelstrom Wanderer might be an 8. There might not be anything with an adventure on it we can cascade into and not cast as either the adventure side or the creature, or the permanent rather, in our deck. We'll have to see. Blade Griffin Prototype isn't really doing anything for us. Opponent I have, when a equipped creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target. Okay. Cast the spell, exile cards on the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Oh, right. I'm reading Cascade like I don't know what it is. Sorry, my brain was thinking about other things after the Blazing Sunsteel. Mostly Boros Reckoner type effects and how I used to have a deck based around that. So when I got to this card, I'm reading Cascade as though I've never seen it before. Because my mind is actually still focused on the other thing. And then as I'm getting to the end, I'm like, that's Cascade. I just read Cascade out loud as though I'd never seen it. So if you're wondering where that came from, that is where my brain was at the time. I don't think we need Body of Knowledge. Brazen Freebooter. One or more pirates deal combat damage to your opponents. Exile the top card of those opponents' libraries. Play those cards this turn, and you may spend mana or mana of any color to cast them. This cares about high casting cost stuff. Tax pirates you control. Yeah, we're not pirating. Marauders. Think so. Another pirate enters the battlefield on your control. Again, not where we're at. Commander Plate gives protection from white and black. And +3/+3. Those are the two best removal colors to have protection from. Then you just need to not get mind controlled out of blue or water burned in green and red respectively, but for the most part we're dodging the main removal colors. The Court of Bounty enters the battlefield, become the monarch. Put a land from your hand on the battlefield. If you're the monarch, you can put a creature or land instead. Each mill 2 cards. If you're the monarch, they mill 10 cards. And 2 damage to any target. If I'm the monarch, 7 damage. Yeah, I don't need to introduce the monarchy with this deck, I don't think. Sacrifice any number of artifacts and/or creatures. Not really a thing I'm looking to do. We do make a few treasures from the dragon and the grabby giant, but again, don't need to be the monarch. Not really scrying a ton. Monarchy again. Kind of gives Ward 3 to my commander. It doesn't counter the spell, it just goes, no, you couldn't cast that, you didn't have enough mana. Monarchy deals damage to that player planeswalker. It's attacking equal to the number of artifacts I control. Don't think so. Excuse me. Can't be blocked by power 2 or less. Commander spells you cast have Cascade. The biggest thing about that is, I believe, since it still gets hit with the commander tax and everything, her adventure is a 5-drop with Cascade at that point, and then casting her from exile is a 3-drop Cascade. So giving my commanders Cascade would actually allow 2 separate Cascades at 2 different mana costs for the one commander. I don't think we need that, though. Like I said, I don't think we need a ton of Cascade or anything. Great. Is Gatherer getting all fussy again already? Better not sass me, Gatherer. I will go back to Scryfall again. I did it once before. All creatures can attack your opponents and planeswalkers your opponents control as though those creatures had haste. When you spend this mana, cast a spell with mana value 6 or greater. Draw a card. Need Glacian. Salamanders. At the beginning of your end step, each player who controls the fewest creatures makes a 4/3 Salamander Warrior. Don't think so. Deal the top card of my library. If it's a creature card, put it on the battlefield, tapped an attacking defending player or planeswalker, otherwise put that card in your hand. When you put a creature card on the battlefield this way, it fights Hans Eriksson. Don't think so. Hellkite Courser. Can't run Hole Breacher. Itch. L or Tekic. Is there an L in that? No, there is not. Spells I cast with mana value 6 or greater. Well, my thing is a 5, right? So, yeah. Just make all of my spells, just make my commander have Cascade 3 different ways. Iceborne, don't think so. Gold Lotus is not helpful since it's only one color. I don't really need Kodama of the East Tree. Clark. Laboratory Drudge. I'm not really casting a lot of things from the graveyard. Oh, there's the Maelstrom Wanderer. He is an 8-drop. Like, not terrible, but also not super helpful. I forgot he was actually in the set as one of the bonus cards. Malamo. Sheila. Can't run her. There's a Hall. There's so many pages because of all the random commander cards, because they really have to give the other thing their own expansion symbol or list them separately or something, because this is just terrible. Also, they didn't change the numbers around. Like, if I try and organize by number, it does not work with this set. So, extra frustrating. I don't think we need Port Razor. Let's Assault, Reshape the Earth. Oh, right, these 9-drop spells. I don't need Reshape. They search their library for up to 3 basic lands. They put one of those onto the battlefield tapped under my control, and the rest on the battlefield tapped under their control. Then each player who searched their library this way shuffles. Takashima. Protege. Reprints. Yeah, the extra brain power it takes to process that these are all reprints while I'm looking for the new cards is just ever so frustrating. Yeah, not running a bunch of those creature types, so no to Slim Voda. Don't really care about 1/1 counters that much. We have a couple of adventures that play those out, but it's not necessary. Don't need Sphinx of the Second Sons. Stump Squall. on to the last page. Togo. Turn land you control to its owner's hand, untap Trench Behemoth. It gains hexproof. Land enters the battlefield and your control target creature opponent controls attacks during its controller's next combat phase if able. I think so. Grove tracker. Various power among other creatures I control. Nope. Fallout, Volcanic Torrent, Lightning, Wheel of Misfortune, Celebrants, Zara. Yeah, not really anything my deck is about. Okay. Back here we go. So it was Commander Legends. Alright, we're going to jump back into Baldur's Gate real quick now that I've seen more stuff. Because Baldur's Gate has a lot of when you cast from other locations. I know we got the Baylor, or not the Baylor, the Nalfeshni. Oops. Really, Discord, why are you open on my desktop? I just want to double check real quick. There are cards that care about casting from other locations. Like Alondo technically works, but I don't think we need him. We don't need any of the Ancient Dragons. Yeah, I'm not looking for adventure cards because we already got them, and I know I have the Nalfeshni. Or I keep. No, wait, it is the Nalfeshni. It's not the Baylor, it's the Nalfeshni that cares. Baylor does a whole bunch of damage. Right, that's the goading guy. Just kind of want to triple check on this one. Alright, I think I forgot to put inspiration for that thing's name. We pop back up here to Baldur's Gate. I just have it as Candlekeep. Yep. Alright, we have the Nalfeshni, we have Passionate Archaeologist. And I think that was it. Quick. Double check. Maybe I did get all of them since I have like 3 other cards that care about. Well, 2 other cards that care about casting things from outside the game. Yeah, I probably did get everything then from Baldur's Gate. It seems like it was more at the forefront of my mind than I thought it was at the time. Commander Masters was all reprints. Commander's Arsenal, Conflux. Yeah, I just wanted to double check. Apocalypse Hydra, not really needed. Banefire. Cascade wasn't until the 3rd set, right? So we already saw all the Cascade spells from Alara block that we were going to see, and therefore most likely all the cards that we're going to care about casting from weird places, especially Exile. It's alright, would deal 3 damage. It's not something I actually need. Player or Walker. Nope. Leviathan new. Mr. Transmuter. That one, can't run that. I think even fewer of them have 5 power than have the high enough casting cost. Right? Because a lot of the dragons are like 3/3s and 4/4s. A 3 power, 4 power, Lindworm works. 4 power, 2 power, 3 power, 4 power, 4 power, 2, 4. There's another 5, so Sapphire Dragon is 2. Swordcoast Serpent's 3. Hunter's 4. AC on the list. Roll back up here. We had a giant. Stormkeld Vanguard would work. We're in Lockwhale, so we're up to Beanstalk Worm works. Lovestruck Beast works. Beanstalk Giant would work because it's a star and it should have enough. Maybe we do have enough high power creatures. I'm looking at the Paleo Loft because getting the creature back would give me the adventure and the spell. To cast again. Also, it would get me back the creatures that copy adventures or let me draw cards for casting adventures. You know, all of that fun stuff. Yeah, maybe. Alright, so this is Conflux. This is Paleo Loft. Or green, beast, 5/5. I don't think we need Reliquary Tower. We draw a lot of cards, but I guess I can put it on the list just in case we need it. I was gonna say, we draw a lot of cards, but not as many as I would like for Reliquary Tower in a 3-color deck yet. But we might actually be closer than I think we are. Like, between drawing cards off playing the land with AC and drawing cards off of, like, Edgewall Innkeeper and the one... I think it's Jumpstart Fairy from Wilds of Eldraine. Lets us draw cards. So we might actually have enough card draw where hand size would become an issue. I don't want to dedicate a spell slot to circumventing that. It's going to come up often enough. Honor, Vision, All Out, Voracious Dragon. Nope. Okay, back we go then. Gather, if you could stop being so obnoxious right now. Been really bad the past couple days. Yeah, you better get on there before I get to Scryfall. It's getting really slow. Alright, Conspiracy, take the crown. Set is Conspiracy. the crown. Oh, these are draft things matter. Alright, the card number should work. Do set number. Alright. Don't need the conspiracies themselves. That's a Draft Matters card. Monarchy. Goading. This doesn't feel like an expropriate deck, so I'm not gonna bother with it. Really care about voting. None of these. Proof, stunt double. Monarchy, goading. Melee. Also not anything high on my list to care about. Goad target creature. Either goad them or cast the top card of their deck. Other opponent. Nope. Enters the battlefield, become the monarch. If I'm the monarch, make a 5/5. X damage to each creature without flying. If X is 4 or more, destroy all artifacts. If X is 8 or more, make an 8/8 lizard. Or draft cards. Each player may discard a card. Each player discard a card. This way may search their library for a basic land, reveal and put in their hand, then shuffle. Domesticated Hydra. Barrage of Trest. Melee creature. And trample and melee. I don't think we're a particularly good Sylvala deck. Each wild or free. Top card of your library until you reveal a creature card for each wild vote. Put those creatures onto the battlefield. Put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield for each free vote. Splitting Slime has monstrosity and then makes a token of itself that can then become monstrous again and thrown at the High City. Nope. After Conspiracy comes 4 sets, 2019, 2020, and 2021. Okay, Active Treason, Aether Tunnel. The creatures I control have Trample. Choose non-basic land name. No. Safekeeping. No. Apex of Power is alright. But we are a 3-color deck, and only getting to add 10 mana of 1 color is a little bit rough. Also, it's a 10 mana sorcery. So it kind of needs to do a lot if we hit off of it. I don't think it's going to. Chaos Wand. Daggerback Basilisk. Dark Dwellers. Upcard my library. I may play that card this turn. Deals 5 damage to target opponent unless that player sacrifices a creature. Spirits, and another creature can't be blocked except by spirits. Meh. Desecrated Tomb, Detection Tower. Disciple for anything. We do have a fair number of dragons from Baldur's Gate specifically that have adventures. Still only like 5 or 6 though, I think. Yeah, I don't think we need Dragon's Horde. I was considering it just because we might actually be able to draw a couple cards off of our mana rock, but I think I would rather just have cheaper, more efficient mana rocks. Dwindle, Electrify, Clan Caller, since Sword, Goreclaw. We do have a decent number of 4-power creatures. Like, when I was looking for the 5s, there were a lot of them that were 1 short. Yeah, maybe Goreclaw. So this is M19. We spell Calcisma again. UAL. This is 3 and a green. Just a bear is our creature type, yeah. For 3. Alright. Hydra, Lathlis, Mare, Lightning Strike, Geologist, Nexus of Fate, Rebuilding, Lightning, Reclamation Sage, Recollect, or Recollect, depending. Four damage to each opponent, each creature and planeswalker they control. Not really what the deck is about. Activates an ability of a creature or land that isn't a mana ability, you may draw a card. Damage to target player or planeswalker. Search your library for any number of dragon cards. Cast dragon spells, which means it doesn't even work with the adventure sides of them. These Siegebreaker Giant. No. Spitfire. Tezzeret. Think so. Tenant, no. Bond. Vine Mare. Top 4 cards of your library, reveal a creature card or land card from among them, put it in your hand, rest on the bottom. Nope, don't think so. Apparently there's at least one more card. Yeah, it's Wind Reader, Sphinx, and Woodland Stream. Okay, so that was 19. Oh, got rid of all my stuff again. This is cool. 20. Treachery, not really. It's the All-Seeing, Bag of Holding. Archide Troll, no. Cavalier. don't think we need any of the Cavaliers. Draw that card. Deals X damage to each opponent and each planeswalker they control. Infinite Chandras. Ability counter on each red planeswalker. 2/1/1 elementals. You may cast target instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost 3 or less. Again, can't target them, so that doesn't help. Gets an emblem. Right, she's not casting anything from any weird places. Yeah, it's the rare one would have been the one if she did that, but she doesn't, so. Red only to cast elemental spells or Chandra planeswalkers. Seer, Coral Merfolk, Mental Matters card. Rakaseth, Eldritch Reclaimer, no. Corruption, Elk, Sweep, Blood of Tears, Argos. Not really doing much for me. I was thinking about some of the adventures that would actually target my creatures, but we didn't take any of the heroic creatures from any of the Theros sets we've looked at, and I don't think we need to change that now that we have a random green one that has trample and draws me a card. Ley Lines. Common, Lotus Field. Replication now. Thing. Stick Forge, Negate. No. That Omnath. Unicorn, Rabbit Bite, Prison Reef. I don't think I need shared summons for anything. 50. Kills and 2/1 counters. They gain trample. Deals damage equal to its power. Choose a creature you own from outside the game and put it in my hand. Nope. Warden. Nope. Okay. Thing there. Here. You really get rid of it again? Killing me, Scryfall. Came here because you were supposed to be better. It's too far. They're set. Okay. For 2021. Don't need Baron, Brash Taunter. The top 3 cards of your library. May play those cards. 2 damage to any target. Any number of instants and or sorceries. May cast them this turn. Add 6 red. Snoop, Chandra's Incinerator. Woody, Vision. Okay, choose new targets for the copy. Oh, did I accidentally click on the wrong thing? All of these have... Yeah, promo 2021. Okay, I clicked on the wrong thing somewhere. I was like, why do all of them have the stupid thing on it? It's because I clicked down here instead of up here. There we go. So, Animal Sanctuary, no. Battle Rattle. I wasn't confused by everything being a rare. I was very confused by the other option, though, that they all had the Planeswalker stamp from the F&M packs. Free damage. Cast target red instant or sorcery from your graveyard. Exile it instead. Helping. Continuity. Elder Gargaroth. Think so. I don't think we need Fire Emancipation for anything. Like, yeah, we are planning on winning through damage, so maybe. I wonder why the two Garriks are separated here, since they should be together. That's the Planeswalker deck one. Think so. Care about that Garrick either. Yeah, Harbinger's okay, not amazing. Think I need any of these red creatures? And I don't. A little bit of a Chandra, deal 1 damage to each opponent. No. Player or Planeswalker? Nope. Visionary. Maze Mind Tome. Vulcan. Radya. Dang, the Sanctums. Okay, yeah, his number is way too high. I was gonna say, I don't remember that being in a limited environment. So it must have been in one of the Planeswalker decks. Since that's where the higher number cards would come from at that point. Stormwing Entity, Subira, Fairy, these Peaks, it's okay, but not doing anything our deck needs. Nope. Okay. closing in on the 50-minute mark. What comes after the core sets? Yeah, we can do Dark Ascension real quick. Don't need Afflicted Deserter. A Brawl. Of target creature with power less than or equal the number of creatures you control. No. Fights another target creature. Counter spell. Creature spell. Alpha. Ant. Crushing Vines. Curse of Bloodletting. Echoes. Outcast. You create X2/2s based on its toughness. Yeah, Flayer only cares if the creature enters from the graveyard, so that's not helping what we're doing. Worm. Riptide, Runebinder. Fiends, the Hell Rider. Ginger. Wolf. The mill card that puts counters on things and that copies instants and sorceries, none of which are super amazing in our deck right now. Heathstalker, Niblis of Breath, new. New Instincts. There. Ooh. Nope. Okay. So nothing from Dark Ascension. Alright. We're just about at the hour mark, and I'm gonna have to get ready for work soon, so we'll end it there. Found a few cards, so not too bad. And we'll just pick up from here later. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.